Hi, today I'm reviewing the CeraVe Skin Renewing Night Exfoliation Treatment. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com, check out my Patreon community, or click on the link below. Okay, CeraVe releasing several new products recently. Cetearyl, they released a ton of new products and revamped a lot of theirs for the better. So interesting time of year because most brands are coming out with like their sets, their gift sets, and not so much new products come out. But we've always got CeraVe and Cetearyl. They're always coming out with new stuff all the time. And Paula's Choice and the Inky List, they're always coming out with new stuff. So anyway, so I picked this one up, I believe it was about 2 months ago. Although I just see it coming online at like Ulta like in the last week or so. So anyway, I want to mention I picked it up a long time ago, not at Ulta. I think I saw it at Walmart. Or it might have been no, I think it was Walmart. So, I don't know. Every time I go to a store, even if I'm just going in there to get carrots for the dogs, I still have to go through the skincare aisle, no matter what, and the dog treat aisle. I have to go through both to see what's exciting, new, and in. So, that's where I tend to find stuff earlier than most. So, okay. They say the CeraVe Skin Renewing Nightly Exfoliating Treatment gently exfoliates to help accelerate surface cell renewal, reduce visible signs of aging to reveal radiant, healthy-looking skin. Benefits: gently exfoliates to help improve signs of aging, skin tone, texture, and hydration, accelerates skin cell renewal, and clarifies dead skin cells without causing flakiness or redness. Anyway, so they say it can help brighten skin with just 8 weeks of use, which sounds about right. Certain ingredients take longer to notice the benefits than others. Exfoliants, they're generally a little bit faster, but retinols, azelaic acid, things like that, certain ingredients can take months, weeks. Peptides can take 3 months, 4 months before you start noticing how good your skin is looking. So, okay, in terms of packaging, no issues with the packaging. I like the packaging. In terms of denatured drying types of alcohol, there is none in here. In terms of fragrance, so this really does not have any real noticeable scent. However, I do want to mention this contains triethyl citrate, which is used as a preservative, but it's also used as a masking and perfuming ingredient. And masking is different than a perfuming. Masking, if something's used to mask it, it's used to max, like in sunscreens, max that chemical smell. It's different than giving it a fragrance per se. It's typically more just to give something a neutral scent where you don't smell the ingredients. Sometimes vitamin C products can have like a hot dog smell to them. Masking ingredients would try and make that so it's not noticeable. It doesn't have much of a scent, but I do want everyone to be aware of that in case you have very, very sensitive skin, that ingredient could be potentially an issue for some people. It was not an issue for me, but that does not mean other people won't have the same issue. Okay, so in terms of manufacturing location, this one is made in the U.S. Ease of use. So this one's very, I squeezed out a ton. This one's got a nice gel texture to it, which smooths over skin very easily. It absorbs quickly. One pump, you saw how much came out, is enough to smooth over your entire face. I don't recommend using it on your neck, especially if you have a sensitive neck, but some people probably can without any issues. Then after it's absorbed, use a good moisturizers to prevent any dryness. If you have not ever used an exfoliant for the first time, start out very slow. Use it one day, skip a day, then the next day. And typically at night is the best time to apply them. And be sure to use sunscreen during daytime if you use this. Even if you don't use a sunscreen, it's the only anti-aging thing that exists is sunscreen. So especially if you use this, because alpha hydroxy acids make your skin more susceptible to the sun, burning, things like that. So I prefer using this in my evening routine. I'll wash, I'll tone, I'll apply a hydrating serum, I'll apply this, then I'll apply my Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream, and then sometimes a thicker cream such as the CosRX. So seems to play well with other products, no issues with pilling. The pH, water is the main ingredient here, although some people say if it's got a gel texture, it's hard to tell the pH. But since water is the first ingredient, I think you can kind of tell. I don't know. Anyway, so I tested it earlier and I tested it again, and it looks like it's right around 4, which is just within where you want it to be for alpha hydroxy acid, best between 3 and 4. Okay, so antioxidants and beneficial ingredients in this one. did soak up that whole pump, which is nice. Okay, so they state it's a 5% blend of glycolic and lactic acid. It does not say the exact percentage of each. I have a feeling, based on the ingredient list, I have a feeling this is about 3% glycolic acid, 2% lactic acid. That's just what I think, but it's an educated guess. Either way, it's a 5% blend. So glycolic acid is the gold standard alpha hydroxy exfoliant. It is the most researched exfoliant. It's one of the most researched ingredients. Definitely the most researched exfoliant, shown to help smooth out skin. And glycolic acid, as well as lactic acid, in percentages of 10%, have been shown to help with collagen production, which, when you have more collagen, you have less fine lines, less noticeable wrinkles. I don't necessarily think 5% in here is going to be enough for that benefit, but it might still help. I get asked a lot, what exfoliant should I use? Should I use a BHA? I don't have any issues with acne or blackheads. Should I use a BHA? Should I use an AHA? I would say if you don't have issues with acne or blackheads, you don't probably need a BHA. If you're older, you can always benefit from an alpha hydroxy acid because of that collagen production, as long as the product has 10% or more. And if you have very, very sensitive skin, or don't have acne, don't have issues with wrinkles, a PHA is very gentle. So I think there's a perfect exfoliant for everybody. It just depends on your age, your skin type, what your skincare goals are. Glycolic acid can also help with dark spots and pigmentation issues and help smooth out skin. Then we've got lactic acid, another alpha hydroxy acid exfoliant. It also, interestingly, has some nice hydrating benefits for skin. Also, like I said, can help with collagen production and fine line and wrinkles, as well as pigmentation and dark spots. And so 5% is on the low side, although in my opinion, this one is probably going to be better for people that haven't used exfoliants before, people that might have other products in their routine and don't need a very high exfoliant, or people just looking to start out, or something very gentle that have sensitive skin. Okay, then we've got licorice root extract, which is a brightening, soothing antioxidant. Also, in some studies, has been shown to have sebum regulating benefits. Then we've got 3 different ceramides, skin identical ingredients. May be good for hydrating the skin, but ceramides in most products, in the amount they're used with the other ingredients they're used, probably in most products actually doesn't do much. Check out my video on ceramides if you're interested in more. Then we've got sodium hyaluronate. It's a humectant. It has to be in every product I review. Cholesterol, skin identical ingredient, hydrating ingredient. Then we've got phenylethyl resorcinol, which is an antioxidant, skin brightening ingredient. Even in very small amounts, there are some studies that show this phenylethyl resorcinol is more effective than other brightening ingredients, such as kojic acid. So I think that most of that is on the manufacturer's side, that research. I don't think that's been like a published independent thing, though. And I know L'Oreal does a lot with it, so... Okay, in terms of animal testing, CeraVe is not cruelty-free. It's annoying at this point, but anyway. I won't go on about that today. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, so performance. So, for me, I've been able to use high-strength exfoliants. I've been able to use 4% BHA. Excuse me. I've been able to use 10% glycolic acid. So this one, in my opinion, is probably more geared towards those with very sensitive skin, those who are new to exfoliants, or those who just can't tolerate high percentage of exfoliants. So my experience with this one was nothing surprising, nothing earth-shattering, nothing really impressive. I have a feeling if I'd never used any exfoliants, my experience would probably be totally different, and my experience would probably be much better. But since my skin has been able to tolerate other things that are much higher, I just wasn't impressed with it. But if you're new to it, you're probably going to have some great benefits from it. You're probably going to notice improvement in dark spots and perhaps some improvement in fine lines and brightness. So if you have stubborn pigmentation, 10% alpha hydroxy acid is the way to go. Also, you get that collagen benefit. So if you have very sensitive skin, this might work better. But for me, it wasn't impressive. But that doesn't mean that most people will not have a good experience with this one. Just not as effective as what I was used to using. In terms of acneogenic ingredients, we've got a few. We've got Cetearyl alcohol, Dimethicone, Carbomer, and Isopropyl Myristate. So there's a few. The last one being the most acneogenic out of all of them. So, okay, in terms of price, this is the full size, which is 1.7 ounces, 50 milliliters, and retails for around $25. So it's not ridiculously expensive. It's not as affordable as like the ordinary 10% lactic acid, but it's still not crazy expensive. And this bottle will last a couple months if you use it once a day. And if you use it through every other day, it'll probably last 3 or 4 months. So it's not expensive. In terms of the it factor for me, this will be a decent exfoliant for newbies or those sensitive skin. No scent, although it does contain that masking ingredient. Probably work well. Probably for most people won't cause any irritation, redness, or flakiness, but it's probably not as strong as an alpha hydroxy acid could be to give you the full collagen rebuilding benefits. So with a 10 being a perfect score, I gave this one a 6. Probably worth it for a lot of people to give it a try. And then if you've already used exfoliants, go for something stronger. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the new CeraVe. Interested in hearing your guys' thoughts or comments. So leave them below. Love hearing from you guys and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much.